Hey guys, this is Zach with 8020 Media, here today with a video of the 5 best Ford F-150 2.7 EcoBoost Catback exhaust upgrades. Jumping right in, just as a little template for this video, we're just gonna go ahead and move through the 5 best exhaust upgrades, show some quick sound clips, and then at the end of the video, we'll go ahead and circle back, talk about a couple of the benefits of actually upgrading the exhaust and opting for a catback exhaust on the 2.7 EcoBoost, as well as a couple other little pieces of information. But jumping right into the 5 best EcoBoost exhaust mods, number 1 on the list, we have the Livernois MotorSports catback exhaust system. This is gonna run about $800 to $1,000 depending on exactly what you opt for. They have a dual 4-inch exhaust tip setup as well as a single 4-inch tip. So a little bit of a price difference there. But the Livernois exhaust is made in the United States. It's made of high quality T304 stainless steel and features mandrel bends for nice smooth airflow. And again, the option of those single or dual 4-inch tips. We think it's one of the best sounding exhausts for the 2.7 EcoBoost. And here's a quick sound clip right now. Moving on to number 2 on the list, we have the Corsa 3-inch Sport exhaust system. This is going to run about $1,400, a little bit on the pricier end for some of these catbacks that we're covering in this video, but it's also made in the United States, actually made in Ohio, and uses the same high quality T304 stainless steel and mandrel bends, again for that smooth exhaust flow and maximum power gains. It's a 3-inch exhaust that moves into dual 4-inch tips, and they also have the option for a single 4-inch tip. Another one of the best sounding exhaust systems for the 2.7 EcoBoost in our opinion, and here's a quick clip right now. For number 3 on the list, we have the Borla ATAK catback exhaust system, and this is a great sounding exhaust setup for the 2.7 EcoBoost, and certainly one of our favorites. This system's also made with T304 stainless steel, features mandrel bends, so all the high quality stuff you want to see. A little bit different design-wise, so it's a 3-inch exhaust through the muffler, which splits into a single split rear exit. So it actually comes straight out of the back of the F-150 and has exhaust tips on each side of the truck. So a little bit different design-wise. We think it's an awesome looking setup and also a great sounding setup. So that said, here's a quick clip of the Borla ATAK catback exhaust system. Moving on to number 4 on the list here, going a little bit of a different direction with the Flowmaster Outlaw Extreme catback exhaust system. So this is actually the cheapest one we're covering. It comes in just under $400. So very well priced. One of the only downsides is it is made of 409 stainless steel. So a little bit lower quality than the other T304 options that we've been covering. But part of the reason it's so cheap and a different setup and a different sound for the 2.7 EcoBoost, it's actually not a full catback exhaust. It doesn't actually have any side or rear exits. It's just a single or a dump tube. So basically a 3-inch muffler and then a little mandrel bent dump tube. So the exhaust doesn't even make it back past the rear axle. It just makes it right to the start of the bed of the truck and dumps down below it. So this is gonna be one of the louder, more aggressive exhausts that we're featuring on this video. You're certainly gonna experience a little bit more drone and a little more raspiness with it, but just wanted to cover a different, unique option. So here's a quick clip of the Flowmaster Outlaw Extreme exhaust. Last but certainly not least on the list, we have the Roush catback exhaust system. So this comes in right at $1,000, so reasonably priced, just about the same as the first few options we discussed. This is also made from high quality T304 stainless steel, features mandrel bends and 4-inch dual side exit tips. We really think this is a great sounding exhaust. Obviously, Roush is very well known in the exhaust world, and they're very popular, especially on things like Mustangs and the 5.0 Coyote. But even on the 2.7 EcoBoost, it's a great sounding exhaust, a very sporty, aggressive, and just great sound overall. So here's a quick clip of the Roush Catback exhaust system. Just keep in mind, there's dozens of different exhaust setups available for the 2.7 liter V6 in the F-150. We just covered 5 of them in this video. Of course, exhaust is often subjective, and different people have different preferences on sound and looks and all of that. So hopefully this video is a good starting point to at least show you a few different options, show you a couple things that are out there and some unique and different setups for the 2.7 EcoBoost. But again, a lot of it comes down to personal preference. So hopefully this was just a good starting point. You guys can kind of take it from here, do a little more research, maybe check out some additional sound clips and see what 2.7 EcoBoost exhaust really fits your needs and your wants. As a few final notes to finish up this video, again, we wanted to circle back to some of the benefits of 2.7 EcoBoost Catback exhaust upgrade. Most of these systems will pick up somewhere around 5 to 10 horsepower, so nothing crazy for power gains, especially when you look at the cost of some of these systems that are $1,000 or $1,500, but still respectable power gains for the 2.7 liter V6. A lot of these exhaust systems also offer weight reduction, usually around anywhere from about 5 to 15 pounds lighter than the OEM exhaust. Not that that's too important on a F-150. It's already a heavy truck, and so weight isn't really a huge deal, but every little bit helps. And lastly, really the biggest reason to upgrade the exhaust and opt for a Catback exhaust upgrade on the 2.7 EcoBoost is simply for the sound and the looks. If you're really after power and performance gains first and foremost, then we'd highly recommend looking into downpipe upgrades for the 2.7 EcoBoost. Generally, downpipes are going to offer the best bang for your buck when it comes to exhaust upgrades. If you leave the rest of the exhaust stock, a downpipe is really a fairly modest mod. When you get on the throttle, you'll hear a lot more of a deeper, aggressive sound, but idling, it sounds pretty stock. At least once it warms up a little bit on a cold start, it's a little bit louder. And just with the downpipe, you're not going to notice that drone. Of course, combining a downpipe and a catback exhaust can also be a great upgrade. Just be cautious of exactly what parts you combine, especially if you go for something like catless downpipes, because things can certainly start to get pretty loud and pretty raspy if you go too deep on the exhaust upgrades with the 2.7 EcoBoost. Ultimately, that wraps up our video on the catback exhaust upgrades for the F-150. If you guys appreciated the video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out the description below for more awesome 2.7 EcoBoost content. Thanks, guys.